in. Because remember, we saw that Eve, she said that tree was good to look upon. Go ahead and read. We'll start at verse 13 again.
Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold, the workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created.
So this is a created being then. This is a created being. Satan is a created being. Go ahead and read. Now I ain't going to tell you what he is. Go ahead.
Thou art the anointed cherub.
Thou art the anointed cherub. So he is an angel then, isn't he? What is it? What is it? An angel is a spirit. He said, "Thou art the anointed cherub." Go ahead.
Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. And I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God.
You mean Satan was on the holy mountain of God? Wicked as he is? I mean, we talk about numero uno when it comes to wickedness, right? And he was up there with God? Right, because he was not created a wicked being. He was created a good spirit or a good angel. He said, thou was in the holy mountain of God. Go ahead.
Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
Go ahead.
Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created.
Go ahead.
Till iniquity was found in thee.
Until iniquity was found in him. Go ahead.
By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub.
Now, do you see Satan saying, no, you ain't? You don't see Satan saying that, do you? If it was a battle going on, at least he gonna say something back, right? You don't see Satan saying, no, you're not. Read that again.
By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned.
Go ahead.
Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God.
Go ahead.
And I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire.
Now you don't hear Satan saying nothing, do you? I'm going to show you why later on in this lesson. Read that verse 17. Go ahead.
Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty.
See, Satan was a beautiful angel, covered in all these precious stones right here. He said, thy heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Go ahead.
Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground.
Yeah, you see Satan saying, no, you ain't. You don't see Satan saying that, do you? Because it ain't no battle with Satan and God. God is the one that's calling the shots. And that's it. Go ahead and read.
I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee.
Now, let's go quickly, and I'm going to show you how a cherub angel looks. Now, this is how Satan got to look like this, because he's a cherub angel. Now, does he look exactly like this? No, I ain't going to say he looks exactly like, but he got to be on this order because he's a cherub angel. Let's go to Ezekiel the 10th chapter. Back up to Ezekiel the 10th chapter. And we're going to pick it up at verse 8. Ezekiel 10 and 8. Let's see how a cherub angel looks. Ezekiel 10 and 8. And Satan is a cherub angel, so he got to be on his order. Does he look exactly like this? I can't say that. Ezekiel 10, and we're going to pick it up at verse 8. But look how these cherub angels look. Go ahead and read. And it's nothing like what we've been told, how Satan, he got the pitchfork, he got the horns coming out of his head and everything. You know, sometimes he black suit on, sometimes he got a red suit on. You understand? But I'm going to show you. Satan looks nothing like that. Nothing like that. Verse 8, read it.
And there appeared in the cherubims the form of a man's hand under their wings.
Now, he see nothing like this. A man's hand under their wings. Go ahead.
And when I looked, behold, the four wheels by the cherubim.
Now these cherub angels, they got wheels. Now I can't even imagine how this looks. Some of it I can, but this right here I can't even imagine how this looks. Probably would scare me to death anyway, but go ahead and read.
One wheel by one cherub, and another wheel by another cherub. And the appearance of the wheels was as the color of a beryl stone. And as for their appearances, they had one likeness, as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel. When they went upon their four sides. They turned not as they went, but to the place where the head looked, they followed it. They turned not as they went.
See, so wherever the eyes look or the head look, that's the way that they went. They ain't have to turn this way and turn that way. Wherever they look, that's which way they go. This is something, ain't it? Don't look nothing like this Satan that we know of, does it? But go ahead and read.
And their whole body, and their backs, and their hands, and their wings, and the wheels were full of eyes round about.
You see that? Their whole body was full of eyes. This something like this would probably scare one of us to death. Their whole body full of eyes. Now this don't look nothing. See, you know, we're gonna clear up some of the fallacies that we've been taught about Satan. Now this don't look nothing like the Satan that we know of, does it? Or that we've been taught of, does it? Go ahead and read. Let's start at verse 12 again.
And their whole body, and their backs, and their hands, and their wings, and the wheels were full of eyes round about.
Look at this, man. They got wheels, wings, hands. The whole body is full of eyes. What else they got?
Even the wheels that they four had. As for the wheels, it cried unto them in my hearing, O wheel.
Go ahead.
14. And every one had four faces.
And every one had four faces. Look at this. This is how a cherub angel look. Got four, but this is what Satan, this is how Satan looks. Go ahead.
The first face was the face of a cherub.
Now I don't know what that looks like. You find out, let me know. But go ahead, I know what this looks like though, but go ahead.
And the second face was the face of a man. And the third face, the face of a lion.
Go ahead.
And the fourth face, the face of an eagle.
Go ahead.
And the cherubims were lifted up. This is the living creature that I saw by the river Chebar.
Now, does this look anything like the Satan that we've been brought up to know? It don't look nothing like the Satan that we've been brought up to know. Even when we saw him in the cartoon. Even when you see him in movies now. He looks nothing like this, does he? Now, let's go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. Because, you know, we got to find out what happened to Satan. You know, what did he do to get kicked out? Because he was up there in the mountain of God, wasn't he? Isaiah 14 and 12. Isaiah 14 and 12. And his name wasn't always called Satan either. We're going to show you what his name was called before he was called Satan. Isaiah 14 and 12. Isaiah 14 and 12. Go ahead and read it.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Oh, you see, he said, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? O Lucifer. So this is his name before he got kicked out of heaven. His name was Lucifer. Go ahead and read.
O Lucifer, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground?
Go ahead.
Which didst weaken the nations. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Now you see that? He said in his heart, I will ascend into heaven. So, you know, this is the only one right here trying to go to heaven. Everybody else trying to come on down to the earth as far as beings go. Like God, he ain't trying. He is coming to the earth. The Father and the Son, they come. So now Satan is the only one trying to get to heaven. They trying to come down here. Well, they're going to come down here. But you see what he said? I will ascend into heaven. Go ahead.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
Go ahead.
In the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
He said, I will be like the Most High. Remember over Ezekiel, he said, I'm going to be a God. He's saying that over here in Isaiah too. Isaiah telling you about the same thing. He said, I will ascend above the heights of cloud. I will be like the Most High. But what's going to happen to him? Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
Go ahead.
To the sides of the pit.
You see Satan saying, no, I ain't. When you going to do it? He ain't talking. He ain't saying nothing, do he? Is he? So now, we're going to read you what Lucifer, what it means. Or what his name means. Go ahead.
Lucifer, Latin for light bearer.
He is a light bearer. So light represents truth. So this is what he brought. He brought the truth. So he wasn't always no evil angel. He wasn't always an evil angel. You finished with that?
A name commonly ascribed to Satan.
A name commonly ascribed to Satan. So he was a light bearer. He brought the truth. But God found iniquity in him. Then he said you're going to be brought down to the sides of the pit. You're going to be brought down to hell to the side of the pit. Let's go now. Let's go to, before we get to him going to hell to the sides of the pit, let's go to Luke the 10th chapter. Luke the 10th chapter. And we're going to pick it up at verse 17. Luke 10 and 17. Because Satan, he does have power, but he doesn't have all power. Luke 10 and 17. And the power that he does have, God gave it to him. Luke 10 and 17. Well, check out what Jesus is going to say about him. Verse 17. Go ahead and read it.
And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them...
See, that's more than one devil, ain't it? This devil is a title. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Now, how could Jesus behold? Because this is before man was even created. Certainly before Jesus came in the flesh, that happened. So but he said, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Now, how could he behold Satan fall from heaven, except he was there? Because we know the Lord ain't lying, right? So he had to be there then, right? If he said he beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, he had to be there. He wasn't no, because that's why I try to tell people that Jesus at one time was God. Because he wasn't no fleshly being if he beheld him, was he? He didn't become flesh until he became Jesus, right? He wasn't no angel, was he? So what was he then? What was he? Ain't but two things in the creation, spirit and flesh. We know that God is a spirit, right? But we know that Jesus wasn't no angel. So what was he then? So he said, I beheld Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Go ahead.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Now, let's go see him falling from heaven. Let's go to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Revelation 12. Because, like I said earlier, people think that Satan is in hell. No, Satan ain't in hell. Because if he's in hell, then he got his own problems. He ain't studying you. and the rest of the demons too. They ain't studying you. They trying to get up out that fire if they were in hell. But I got a secret for you. Once you go in the fire, you ain't getting out. I don't care if you Satan, I don't care who you are, you ain't getting out. But the fire don't even exist yet, though. We have Revelations 12. Let's see him falling. Revelations 12, and we're going to pick up at verse 7. Revelations 12 and 7. Go ahead and read.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Go ahead.
And the dragon fought and his angels. And prevailed not.
Now who we looking at? We looking at Satan, right? He's fighting against Michael and his angels. Right? Go ahead.
Neither was there place found any more in heaven.
Because he got kicked out. Now if he was bad, he'd still be there fighting, wouldn't he? But he got kicked out, didn't he? and ain't been back since. Go ahead.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
You see, that's why we got so many religions. Because Satan had deceived the whole world. Read that verse again.
9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
Go ahead.
He was cast out into the earth.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. It didn't say he was cast into hell, did it? It said he was cast into the earth. See? So that's what Satan is. He cast into the earth. He right here on this earth. But I'm going to show you, though, why you can't see him and he can see you. Go ahead and read.
And his angels were cast out with him.
And his angels were cast out with him. Go ahead.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
Go ahead.
Which accused them before our God day and night.
I know he was like, man, I'm glad this guy is gone. Because he accused the brethren day and night. Because the book said sin was found, iniquity was found in him, wasn't it? Go ahead and read.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death.
Go ahead.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Oh, you see that? He said, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. Not woe unto the inhabitants in hell. Satan ain't in hell. He's right here on the earth. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. Go ahead.
And of the sea.
Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
You see him saying, no, I don't. You don't see Satan saying nothing back, do you? He knows that he has a short time. That's why he ain't fighting against the Lord. He's trying to take as many people to hell with him as he can. That's what his job is. Let's go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Because, you know, people think that Jesus went down into hell and was preaching to people. Why would he go down to hell and preach to people? They already got their reward, so the preaching part is over with. If somebody was down in hell, wouldn't it? The preaching part is over with. You got your reward already if you're in hell. But let's go take a look at something. Let's go to 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter in verse 18. 1 Peter 3 and 18. The people actually teach this that the Lord went down in hell. Well, why would the Master, in all his holiness and all his magnificence, why would he go down into hell? Wouldn't he just send an angel down there like Michael? You know, because Gabriel got held up one time for 21 days, and they said the Lord sent Michael to come to have Satan to loose him. So now, if something had to be done down in hell, wouldn't the Lord have sent Michael? Why would he go down there? That don't make no sense to me. But anyway, 1 Peter 3, and we're going to pick it up at verse 18. 1 Peter 3 and 18. Go ahead and read it.
For Christ also hath once suffered for sin, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God.
Go ahead.
Being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto spirits in prison.
Now he said, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. Did he go down to hell? You know, some people saying that these are people. But we already see that which is flesh, and that which is spirit was born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit. So even if he did go down to there, he ain't talking to no people that came back from the dead. He would be talking to angels, wouldn't he? Go ahead and read.
Which sometime were disobedient.
When
once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah.
Oh, wait a minute now. He said, which sometimes were disobedient. When once the long suffering of God waited when? In the days of Noah. Oh, in the days of Noah. So this puts us in another time frame, don't it? This puts us around the time of the flood, then, don't it? It said, which sometimes were who were disobedient? These spirits in prison. Where this prison is, I don't know. He said, but which sometimes were disobedient when it was the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah. Go ahead.
While the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water.
Now, let's go to Job, the 4th chapter. Job, the 4th chapter. And we're going to pick it up at verse 18. We're going to read verse 18 first. Job 4 and 18. Everybody got it? Amen. Go ahead.
Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly.
You see that? He charged his angels with folly. You know, I don't know what they did, or, you know, obviously they did something wrong, right? Just like during the times of Noah. So, he charged them with folly, didn't he? So now, let's go. We're going to bag up, though. We're going to bag up to verse, this, I want y'all to see something right here. We're going to bag up to verse 13. Bag up to verse 13. And this is Eliphaz. He saw a spirit. And let's look at what happened to him. Go ahead and read. Verse 13.
In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men, fear came upon me.
He said, fear came upon me. Go ahead.
And trembling, which made all my bones to shake.
He was really scared, wasn't he? Like the cartoon, you see it shaking. Everything on him be shaking. Go ahead and read.
Then a spirit passed before my face.